World caught fire, Panama City Beach, Florida went from quiet coastal calm to full-blown nightmare in minutes. Sirens cut through the darkness, smoke climbed into the sky like a warning flare, and inside one of the city's most beloved attractions, small lives were slipping away. This wasn't just a fire. It was a race against time, a battle between heat and hope, between steel doors and fragile hearts. By the time the flames were visible from the road, 6 lemurs inside the Madagascar exhibit were already in danger, and no one yet knew how tragic this night would become. Zoo World has long been a symbol of wonder in Panama City Beach. Families come for the lions, the giraffes, the flamingos, the camels, the exotic animals that feel like portals into another world. Children press their faces to glass. Parents lift toddlers onto shoulders. For many locals, it's where first memories of wildlife are born. But behind the magic is responsibility, steel enclosures, safety plans, emergency protocols, and the unspoken promise that every animal inside is protected. That promise shattered the moment flames broke through the exhibit. The first 911 call was frantic. Zoo World is on fire. The voice on the other end didn't need embellishment. Deputies were dispatched immediately. As one sheriff's deputy pulled into the grounds of Zoo World, smoke was already rolling through the air. The smell of burning wood and plastic hung heavy. Workers stood outside, pale and shaken. Their eyes weren't on the fire, they were on the enclosures. Inside the park, danger had layers. It wasn't just about flames, it was about what the flames surrounded. Lions, tigers, big cats capable of killing in seconds if a door were opened at the wrong time. The deputy asked a simple question that carried enormous weight. "Where's the one we don't want to open?" A worker answered quickly, "That's lion and tiger." The deputy paused. "I just want to make sure I'm not busting a door down with a big cat." In that moment, the rescue became a puzzle with deadly consequences. The fire had already reached the Madagascar exhibit. This area was home to the lemurs, small social animals known for their wide eyes and gentle movements. Lemurs aren't aggressive, they don't roar, they don't fight flames, they wait. Smoke poured through their habitat, walls glowed orange, the crackle of burning material echoed through the space. Deputies and responders realized they couldn't wait for backup. To save any animals at all, they would have to force their way inside. A deputy ran back to his car, grabbing tools. As he moved, zoo workers followed, their voices trembling. They knew every enclosure, every lock, every animal's routine. "I know we can't let you in there," one said, fear and urgency tangled together. They weren't being difficult, they were protecting lives on both sides of the bars. The rescuers pushed forward anyway. Time was the enemy now.
Screamed as doors were forced open. Smoke swallowed vision. Heat pressed against skin. Keep going, someone shouted. "There we go, good man." Inside the chaos, something unexpected happened. One animal had somehow escaped its cave. A small shape moved through the haze. "That's like a little bear," a voice said in disbelief. The fire had disrupted the natural order. Cages meant to contain had become traps, and traps were being torn apart by human hands. But the flames moved faster than courage. Inside the Madagascar exhibit, 6 lemurs were overcome. Whether by smoke, heat, or fear, their bodies couldn't endure what steel walls could. These animals had no understanding of fire alarms or emergency plans. They only knew the burning air and the shrinking space to breathe. When responders finally gained full access, it was too late for them. Word spread quickly through Panama City Beach. Social media lit up with shock. Parents who had brought their kids to Zoo World weeks earlier stared at photos of lemurs, remembering laughter, remembering pointing fingers and wide eyes. Workers who fed those animals every morning broke down in tears. The zoo released a statement that cut straight to the heart. The disaster was beyond sad. They vowed to honor the lemurs by rebuilding. Behind those words is grief that can't be measured. Zookeepers don't just work with animals, they form routines, relationships, bonds. They recognize personalities, they notice moods, they learn which animal eats first, which hides, which watches humans with curiosity. Losing 6 at once isn't a statistic, it's 6 empty spaces, 6 silent enclosures, 6 routines that will never repeat. Insiders at animal facilities often say emergencies are their greatest fear. Fires, floods, storms. Animals cannot understand evacuation orders. They can't be told to run. Every second matters, and every barrier becomes a life or death obstacle. At Zoo World, responders faced a nightmare scenario. Fire on one side, apex predators on the other, and fragile animals caught between. The deputy who hesitated before opening a door wasn't afraid of flames, he was afraid of making the wrong move. One broken barrier could unleash a lion or tiger into smoke-filled chaos. Every decision had to balance heroism with survival. That hesitation, that question, may have saved human lives even as others were lost. What happened at Zoo World is more than a local tragedy. It's a reminder of how thin the line is between safety and catastrophe in places that house wildlife. Zoos carry the weight of trust. Families trust them, cities trust them, and most of all, animals trust them, without ever knowing they're trusting anything at all.
It didn't just burn walls. It burned a hole in the heart of Panama City Beach. It left behind ash, sirens, and 6 names that will never be spoken aloud, but will never be forgotten by those who knew them. And as dawn rose over the still smoking grounds of Zoo World, one truth became painfully clear. Some rescues come too late, and some losses echo far beyond the flames.